Ladies and gentlemen, I have finally done it. I have created the ultimate Chroma build! Wait, no, shit, I didn't do my intro, though. I am alive, and it's good to be alive! Hello, everyone. Today, I have finally found the ultimate build for my Chroma, which is essentially just what I think is the ultimate build. I've seen a lot of people say, hey, why don't you try this mod? Why don't you try that mod? And to those people, I say, shut up! You shut your mouth! You don't know what you're talking about! Your opinion isn't welcome here. My Chroma is unbeatable. No, that's not actually the case. This is just my perfect finalized Chroma. I've put 7 Forma into him. This is the build I'm probably going to have until either Chroma dies, or I die, or Warframe dies, or maybe all 3. What a tragic day that would be. Oh god, the tragedy. See here, so I have Energy Siphon. That helps with how expensive the powers are. They are just super expensive to cast because of the blind rage I have down here. I have Power Drift, simply because there's a lot of, Exilus mods I could have put up there, but I was trying to squeeze out as much power strength as I could with maintaining power efficiency and still being able to cast my powers. Because I'm Zenuric, I regen 4 energy per second, stack that with the Energy Siphon that's almost 5 energy per second. So essentially what I have managed with this build is to have the highest power strength I can have while being able to instantly recast Vex Armor and Elemental Ward as soon as the abilities wear off. So I have, all of these mods are maxed, by the way: Constitution, Steel Fiber, Vitality, Transient Fortitude, Blind Rage, Streamline, Narrow-Minded, and Primed Continuity. My god. So, Constitution, Prime Continuity, and Narrow-Minded are all for power duration, because the longer the powers last, the less I have to recast them. So basically it kind of saves me some energy there. Transient Fortitude and Blind Rage and Power Drift for strength, and Streamline because I know it's only 30% more power efficiency, but it makes all the difference in the world when my powers are this expensive. So technically, yes, you could put an Intensify there to have stronger powers, but you are heavily going to be reliant on energy supply pods and, energy pickups throughout the map. I didn't want this build to rely on that. This build is self-sufficient, meaning even if I don't pick up energy orbs, I am totally good to go, no problems whatsoever. So let's check out his powers here. This gives me an extra 403 armor with my Ice Elemental Ward, and both of these powers last 3 seconds over a minute, which is really nice. My Vex Armor gives me an armor increase percentage of 841 and a damage increase multiplier of 470%, which is almost 5 times as much damage as I would normally deal. Alright, so I am here on a pretty decent leveled survival, considering I just started it. And when you look at my build, you may notice there's a lot of mods that, well, why don't you replace this with this, or this with that? Like I said, this is my ultimate Chroma build. This is the build that I enjoy the most, that I have found the most balance in for my particular playstyle and skill set. Look at this. So these enemies are all level 30, which isn't terribly high, but look at this. I am a god amongst men here. They literally couldn't kill me if they wanted to. It's pathetic. Plus the rate my sentinel's healing me, I'm almost self-sustaining right now. Look at this. They can't do anything. And on top of that, god, when you see those buffs at the top of your screen, how much damage I'm going to deal to these fools. Watch this. Boom, all dead. Now I deal like 5 times more damage than I normally deal, which I don't need in the first place to kill these fools. A lot of people ask, why do you have a Blind Rage if you only have a Streamline, such poor energy efficiency? Again, my 4 energy per second is quite key, honestly, to maintaining this build, so if you don't have that, I'm really sorry. You may want to substitute one of the mods I have for something else, but power-wise, you will not be disappointed. I mean, look, once I activate my powers here, the amount of damage I can soak up is amazing. Plus, I almost always have a melee weapon that allows me to heal myself, so I hit 2 people with this weapon, and look at that, I'm good to go. So, another confession, Chroma is absolutely my new favorite Warframe. Previously it was Ash. Ash is still super cool and always going to be one of my best and favorite frames, but man, I'm just totally digging Chroma lately, partially because of his deluxe skin, It looks fantastic. When I saw the concept for it on paper, I thought it looked pretty bad, and I was really disappointed in it, but for whatever reason, when it came out into its actual form, it just looks phenomenal, and I'm just a super huge fan of Chroma. The skin honestly couldn't have been better timed because I was just starting to try and amp up my Chroma and build him properly. I used to use him only for effigy, but now I use him for a selfish tank build and damage amplification, and he's super fun. Another reason I love Chroma so much is because he's a varied Warframe. There's at least 3 different roles I can think of that he can perform. You can either build for his effigy, which will amp your credit income during a mission and provide you with a sort of turret, so to speak, or you can have his tank build, or you can file for a support Chroma build if you really wanted to. Like if you have Everlasting Ward, I could essentially buff all my allies with a nice ice armor buff, and they will receive it for the duration of the power no matter how close to them I am, as long as they receive it. So super awesome. I am absolutely loving what I call my God Chroma is what I call this build. You may have a different God Chroma build, whatever, but this build has been working out super well for me. If I am at least trying, there's not a whole lot that can kill me with this build. I've been doing sorties against level 100 enemies, tanking absolutely no problem, and it's just more fun for me than using, say, a Rhino, just because I like the mechanics. I like that I can change the element on him for different bonus effects, and I love how Vex armor functions. The more damage you take, the more ass you're gonna kick, and I just think that's a really cool concept. Oh, and also when you have annoying little shit shield guys like this, you can just breathe your elemental breath on them, and it kills them regardless. Super awesome. So I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.